Yaldabaoth, a being of immense power and mystery, emerged from the cosmic void. His origins are shrouded in the ancient tales of creation and destruction. Here's the first ruler, the Archon who took great power from his mother. This act of seizing power marked the beginning of his reign, a reign that would shape the very fabric of the cosmos. Then, he left her and departed from the place where he was born. Leaving his birthplace behind, he ventured into the unknown, driven by an insatiable desire to create and dominate. He seized control and created other eons for himself from shining fire, which still exists. These luminous eons, born from the fiery essence, became the building blocks of his new world order. He joined with the mindlessness within himself and created authorities for himself, From his own essence, he spawned a multitude of beings, each with a unique purpose and power. The name of the first is Athoth, whom generations call the Reaper. Athoth, the Reaper, is the first, a harbinger of death and renewal. The second is Harmas, who is the Jealous Eye. Harmas, the Jealous Eye, watched over the realms with an envious gaze. The third is Kalila Umbri, a being of enigmatic power, held the third position. The fourth is Yabel. The fourth authority, brought balance to the chaotic energies. The fifth is Adonaios, whom they call Sabaoth. Adonaios, also known as Sabaoth, was revered for his wisdom and strength. The sixth is Cain, whom the generations of humankind call the Sun. Cain, the Sun authority, radiated with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. The seventh is Abel. The seventh, was a beacon of hope and light. The eighth is Abrizin. The eighth wielded the power of the stars. The ninth is Yobel, a being of cosmic dust, shimmered among the stars, a testament to the vastness of creation. The 10th is Armupiel, with its intricate geometric patterns, floated gracefully in the cosmic realm. The 11th is Melchior Adoniam. The 11th was a guardian of ancient secrets. The 12th is Belias, who is over the depth of the underworld. Belias, the ruler of the underworld, held dominion over the depths of the abyss. Yaldabaoth placed 7 kings, one for each sphere of heaven, to rule over the 7 heavens, and 5 to rule over the depth of the abyss. To maintain order, Yaldabaoth assigned 7 kings to rule over the 7 heavens and 5 to govern the abyssal depths. He shared his fire with them, but he did not give away any of the power of the light, which he had taken from his mother. He shared his fire with them, but kept the light's power, which he had taken from his mother, for himself. For he is unconscious darkness. For Yaldabaoth is the embodiment of unconscious darkness, a force that shapes and shadows the cosmos. When the light mixed with the darkness, it made the darkness shine. When the darkness mixed with the light, it dimmed the light, and it became neither light nor darkness, but rather gloom. This gloomy Archon has 3 names. The first name is Yaldabaoth, the second is Sakla, the third is Samael. He is wicked in the mindlessness that is in him. He said, "I am God, and there is no other God beside me."
I am God, and there is no other God beside me.
Each of the rulers created for themselves 7 powers, which were the source of their strength and authority. And each of these powers created 6 angels, until finally there were 365 angels, each of them full of power and light. The first of these rulers is Athoth, having the face of a sheep, symbolizing innocence and wisdom. The second is Eloios, having the face of a donkey, which signifies stubbornness and strength. The third is Astaphios, having the face of a hyena, symbolizing cunning and cleverness. The fourth is Yao, having the face of a 7-headed snake, which signifies great wisdom and complexity. The fifth is Sabaoth, having the face of a snake, symbolizing mystery and power. The sixth is Dana, having the face of an ape, which signifies intelligence and agility. The seventh is Sabataios, having the face of a flaming fire, symbolizing purity and transformation. This is the 7-fold nature of the week, each of these figures representing one day. Yaldabaoth has many faces, more than all of these, so that he could show whatever face he wanted when he was among the seraphim. His ability to change faces gave him an advantage and allowed him to manipulate the seraphim. He shared his fire with them and ruled over them because of the glorious power that he had from the light of his mother. His eyes reflected the light of his mother. His eyes reflected the light of his mother, which added to his charisma and authority. Therefore he called himself God and rebelled against the place from which he came, causing chaos in the cosmic order.
Come, let us create a human in the image of God and in our likeness, so that this human image may give us light. Yaldabaoth, in his divine wisdom, summoned his powers to create together a being that would reflect their glory.
They were created through their respective powers, according to their given characteristics. Each power had a unique role to play in this divine undertaking. Each of the authorities brought a psychical trait corresponding to the form of the image that they saw. Together, their powers united to create a perfect being. They created a being resembling the perfect first human and said, "Let us call him Adam, so that his name may give us the power of light." Adam was to be the bearer of light, which would illuminate their world. The authorities began to create. The first goodness created a soul of bone. These bones were to be the foundation of his existence. The second, forethought, created a soul of sinew. The sinews were to give him strength and flexibility. The third, divinity, created a soul of flesh. The flesh was to be the vessel for his soul. The fourth lordship created a soul of marrow. The marrow was to be the source of his life energy. The fifth kingdom created a soul of blood. The blood was to circulate in his veins, carrying life. The sixth, jealousy, created a soul of skin. The skin was to protect his body. The seventh, understanding, created a soul of hair. The hair was to be a symbol of his wisdom. The multitude of angels stood by and received these 7 psychical substances from the authorities to fulfill their task, to create a network of limbs and a torso, with all the parts properly arranged. In this way, Adam was formed as a perfect being, ready to fulfill his destiny.